You just spent $150 on dinner. Again. You didn't even want to go, but you said yes, because saying no felt wrong. Is your loyalty making you poor? Let me tell you about Sarah. 29. Good job, decent salary, should be building wealth. Instead, she's got $847 in savings and $6,200 in credit card debt. Not because she's reckless, because she's loyal. Every weekend, it's the same script. Her friends want brunch, $35. They want concert tickets, $80. They want a girls' trip to Miami, $800 she doesn't have. But she goes, every single time. Because that's what good friends do, right? Wrong. What Sarah is paying isn't friendship. It's a friendship tax. And it's bleeding her dry. This isn't about being cheap. This isn't about abandoning your friends. This is about recognizing that your social circle, the people you love most, might be the single biggest obstacle between you and financial freedom. They're not doing it on purpose, but that doesn't make it any less dangerous. You're trapped in an invisible prison. And the walls? They're built from birthday dinners you can't afford, vacations you put on credit, and rounds of drinks that cost more than your grocery budget. Today, we're exposing the friendship tax. We're showing you how to stop the drain. And we're giving you permission to do something radical. Choose your future over fitting in. Let's break it down. Here's the brutal truth. Your friends are secretly making you poor. Not intentionally, not maliciously, but mathematically? Absolutely. The friendship tax works like this. Your social circle establishes a spending baseline. Dinners cost this much. Gifts cost that much. Weekends look like this. And if you want to stay in the circle, you pay the price. Literally. Let's do the math. Average dinner out with friends, $50 to $70, happens twice a month. That's $1,200 a year. Add birthday presents, wedding gifts, bachelor parties, holiday celebrations, casual drinks. Suddenly you're spending $4,000 to $6,000 annually just to maintain your social status. That's not friendship. That's a subscription service you never agreed to. And here's where it gets worse. Lifestyle creep. One friend gets a raise. Suddenly dinners move from Chipotle to the new Italian place downtown. Another friend books a beach house. Now everyone's expected to chip in $600 for the weekend. The spending baseline rises, and you rise with it. Because falling behind feels like failure. But here's what nobody tells you. Normal social spending is leading people to financial ruin. As we move into 2026, the median American has less than $1,000 in savings. Credit card debt is at an all-time high, and people are working jobs they hate just to fund lifestyles they don't even enjoy. Why? Because they're paying the friendship tax on top of everything else. The singles tax, the homeowner nightmare, rising costs everywhere. Your social circle isn't just costing you money, it's costing you your future. And the worst part? You can't even see it happening. Because it feels like fun. You've heard of bulking and cutting in fitness, right? Build muscle, then cut fat to reveal it. Your finances work the same way. The bulk phase. Aggressively save and invest. Build your wealth muscle. The cut phase. Eliminate expenses. Trim the fat. But here's what every financial guru gets wrong. They tell you to cut lattes, cancel Netflix, meal prep. That's not where the real fat is. The real fat is your social spending. A successful cut phase doesn't mean skipping Starbucks. It means cutting the financial expectations of your social circle. It means saying no to the expensive dinner, suggesting a free hike instead of a $200 brunch, skipping the destination wedding, buying a $20 gift instead of a $100 one. It means removing the financial stress your relationships are creating. And yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, people will notice. Yes, some friends will be confused or even hurt. But here's the question you need to ask yourself. Am I willing to stay broke to avoid an awkward conversation? Because that's the trade you're making. Your friends will survive without your money. The question is, will you survive without your savings? The cut phase requires surgical precision. You're not cutting people. You're cutting financial obligations that don't serve your future. And if someone can't be your friend unless you're spending money, they were never your friend. They were a customer. Now let's talk about the bulk phase. You've cut the fat. You're saving. Investing, building real wealth. Here's the golden rule that will protect everything you've built. When you get rich, tell no one. Seriously. Not your friends, not your extended family, not your coworkers, no one. Because the moment people know you have money, the friendship tax multiplies. Suddenly, you're expected to pay for more dinners, cover more rounds, fund more trips. You can afford it, they'll say with a smile. And they're right. You can afford it. But affording something and choosing to spend on it are two different things. Stealth wealth is your greatest defense. Drive the modest car, wear the normal clothes, live in the regular neighborhood. Let your friends assume you're still grinding like they are. Because the truth is, you are grinding. You're just grinding toward freedom, not approval. When your money is invisible, it's protected. When it's visible, it becomes everyone else's business. People will call you cheap, selfish, changed. Let them. Because while they're spending their raises on bigger apartments and fancier brunches, you're building a portfolio that will let you retire at 45. Keep your bulk phase private. That way, your social circle can't increase its demands on your time, energy, and money. Stealth wealth isn't about being secretive. It's about being strategic. Your net worth is nobody's business but yours. Here's the beautiful part. The reward for all this sacrifice. When you stop the drain, when you finally cut the friendship tax, something magical happens. The snowball effect activates. Every dollar you're not spending on social obligations, that dollar goes to work. It gets invested. It compounds. It earns interest. It buys assets. Your money starts making money. Let's go back to Sarah. Remember her? $6,200 in debt, $847 in savings. She finally did the math. She was spending $4,800 a year on social activities she didn't even enjoy. So she cut. She started saying no. She suggested cheaper alternatives. She stopped going to every single thing. Her friends were confused at first. A few even pulled away. But within 1 year, Sarah paid off her credit card debt, built a $5,000 emergency fund, started investing $400 a month. 2 years later, she had $15,000 invested. Her portfolio was growing. She was sleeping better, stressing less. Her money was finally working harder than she was. And her real friends? They were still there. The ones who mattered didn't care about the expensive dinners. They cared about her. The fake friends, the ones who only showed up when she was spending, they faded away. And that was the best cut of all. This is what happens when you stop the drain. Your financial snowball starts rolling. Slowly at first, then faster, then unstoppably. But it only works if you protect it. If you stop letting your social circle siphon away your future. Money makes money, but only if you keep it long enough to let it grow. All right, real talk time. I want you to do something right now. Pull out your banking app. Look at the last 3 months. How much did you spend on social activities? Dinners out, drinks, gifts, events, trips, all of it. Add it up. That's your friendship tax. Now divide it by 3. That's your monthly friendship tax. For most people watching this, it's going to be between $200 and $600 a month. That's $2,400 to $7,200 a year. Invested at 8% annual return over 20 years? That's between $120,000 and $360,000. Your social life is costing you $250,000. So here's my question. Is it worth it? I'm not saying abandon your friends. I'm saying be intentional. Choose the moments that matter. Say no to the ones that don't. Stop funding other people's good time with your future. Drop your monthly friendship tax number in the comments below. Be honest. No judgment, just awareness. And if this video opened your eyes, if you realized you're trapped in the invisible prison, hit subscribe. Because next week, we're talking about how to have the actual conversation with your friends. How to set boundaries without burning bridges. How to protect your wealth while keeping the relationships that matter. Your future self is watching this video right now, and they're begging you to make a different choice. Stop the drain, start the snowball, break free. I'll see you in the next one.